Hey guys, Charlotte here, and sorry for the horrible quality on this video. I'm using my webcam, and do you see that black thing at the bottom? That is because they put the webcam in wrong. When I first bought my laptop, the webcam wasn't secured, so it slid down a little bit, and I have no way of fixing that, so that's why. And yeah. So this is going to be a type of vlog. I'm also going to show some books that I got, because I got 4 over the past 2 weeks, and I'm going to show those, but first off, I'm just going to talk about Harry Potter, because this is the subject today. Last night I went to the movie, the midnight premiere, and they showed part 1 right before part 2. And I thought part 1 I'd take a nap because I've seen it 5 times. But I didn't. I was awake through it all, and I was drinking coffee. I was just like, coffee. And then I was all jittery by the time the second one came on. But yeah. So I'm a huge Potter head. Yeah, that's the name of the fandom, kind of, isn't it? Potterheads. I'm a big fan of them. And I was crying. I was when it first started, it wasn't registering that this was the last one, because I've been dreading it and so excited for it at the same time this whole week and this whole year, really. But when it actually started and I had my 3D glasses on, which are somewhere in my room, I was not registering it. I was I pinched myself a few times, actually. Cliche as that is, I did pinch myself. Yeah. And I'm not going to spoil anything. Actually, I might. What am I talking about? Okay, scratch that whole thing. I'm just going to talk about my experience with it, and I won't spoil anything. So the whole movie was perfect. It jumped right into the action, and I was kind of surprised. There was really no middle way, because if you watch part 2 without seeing part 1, you really won't get it. That's how much the 2 movies rely on each other. It gets right into the action, and I was sitting up in my seat, and I was oh my god. My mom somehow managed to fall asleep, but I was not. I was never gonna fall asleep. And yeah, okay, the King's Cross station, when Harry Potter is sort of in the middle, the in-between, that was exactly as I imagined it, so great job. Okay, I cried 3 times during this movie. Yeah, smooth. But the first time was Snape's memories, and that was the thing I was looking forward to most, because Snape, I've always been a Snape fan, even when he was supposedly evil. But when that happened, I was crying. When you see it, if you haven't seen it already, you will know what I'm talking about, because it is the most, in my opinion, it's the most memorable part of that movie. I was bawling. I was going because you can't look away from the screen, but you gotta cry, I can't go like this, but yeah. And then the only issue I had 2 issues, but they weren't big because I still adore it so much. But the first issue was, at the end of the book, there's a part where he goes into the Great Hall and sort of all the dead are lined up. And I know that's gruesome, but that part stuck with me. They didn't really do that. He went into the Great Hall and they showed all the people crying, but they didn't really show the dead. The Lupin and Tonks part was heartbreaking. The Fred and George Weasley was heartbreaking. But I feel that scene needed a little bit more. But I mean, I was still bawling. I was still yeah, I guess. What am I saying? I keep thinking about the part with Snape again, now that I'm talking about it, and I'm just oh god. And then the last was the epilogue, and it was beautiful. I love Ginny's mom hair. Oh god, I'm hysterical. Her mom hair was hilarious. I don't know why. I was you know, But the thing with the epilogue is they didn't include like 20 things. My mom was saying this, and they really could have. They had the opportunity to add all those things because the movie itself was only like 2 hours, and their other movies have been longer. They could have added the whole epilogue, but they didn't for some reason. They didn't have the rain. Okay, they didn't. I'm not gonna spoil it, but they didn't include some of the best lines. They didn't include all as well. They didn't include Ron's "I'm the famous one" line, and yeah. And also, wasn't Rose supposed to be going on the train to Hogwarts? But she didn't. Oh wait, no. Scratch that. I remember she did. Scratch it. Yeah, Rose did. Yeah. I mean, I was like uplifted and so excited. Oh, let me put my hat on. My wizard hat. Okay, sorry. I'm playing with effects, but they're not working. I was excited for the epilogue and I was like really pleased with it, but at the same time I was a little disappointed that they didn't include those lines. But then again, you can't have everything, and I have them in the book, so I'm fine. And yeah. There's a bird on my head. Bam! Oh god, I'm still hysterical. This whole day I've been lying around and like moping. I cooked a lot. I cooked dinner. And then it was just like, I cooked dinner at noon. So I put it in the fridge and I was just like, you know what, later. Okay, let me show you the 4 books. But I mean, I would love to talk about this more with someone who's seen it. So if you have, please comment and please tell me that I'm not the only hysterical one. So here are the 4 books. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a really awful story, but I bought Perfect Chemistry by Simone Elks, and someone stole it. Literally, someone stole it. That is why there are 3 books here, but I bought 4, and then someone stole it. I was like, really, it still hasn't turned up. Someone stole it when I was at Girl Scout camp of all places, and don't ask, I do know it was stolen and I didn't lose it, but yeah. And it was just the weirdest thing, and it still hasn't turned out. Like, I'm hoping that someone will give it back, like maybe they'll read it and give it back. That is the weirdest thing, but I have no other explanation. So anyway, this is Unfriended by Katie Finn. Oh god, horrible quality. And this is the 3rd top 8 novel. And I love Katie Finn. She's one of my favorite authors. Then I got another Lauren Barnholt, and this is Two-Way Street. Come on, webcam. Thank you. I just finished One Night That Changed Everything, and I'm going to do a review for sometime. And then I got Forgive My Fins, and this is by Terrelyn Child. I love the cover. Love it. And this still got that on my mind. This video is really long. So thank you for watching, and please comment so I can like fangirl with someone else. Thank you. Goodbye.